412 hospitals, locked out of their own computer systems, patient records inaccessible, medical equipment frozen, surgery schedules canceled, ransomware message on every screen, pay 5 million Bitcoin or lose everything. Deadline, 72 hours. This wasn't random cybercrime. This was coordinated attack on American healthcare infrastructure. Russian hacking group called DarkNet Syndicate, 32 members, operating from 6 countries. They'd made $450 million over 3 years, attacking hospitals, schools, government agencies, critical infrastructure, demanding cryptocurrency ransoms. FBI Cyber Division had been hunting them for 2 years, building cases, tracking Bitcoin, identifying hackers, coordinating with international partners. The operation was called Cyber Siege, and when federal power targets ransomware criminals, encryption doesn't protect them, borders don't shield them, technology doesn't save them. Welcome to the largest ransomware takedown in FBI history. When hackers attack American infrastructure, they learn a hard truth. Federal agents are better at cybercrime than criminals. The attacks began in 2021. Small targets initially: local government offices, school districts, businesses, ransomware infections encrypting files, demands for payment. Most victims paid, cheaper than losing data, faster than recovery. The hackers were making millions. Then attacks escalated. Hospitals became targets, healthcare systems with patient data, life or death operations depending on computer access. These victims had no choice. Patient lives at stake. They paid ransoms immediately, large amounts. DarkNet Syndicate discovered their most profitable target. Special Agent Marcus Webb ran FBI's ransomware investigation unit. 15 years fighting cybercrime. He'd tracked hackers across continents, shut down botnets, dismantled dark web marketplaces. But ransomware was different. These attacks are getting sophisticated, Webb told his team. They're not individuals anymore. This is organized crime, professional operations, international networks. We need to treat them like drug cartels, because that's what they are, digital cartels. The investigation began with forensic analysis. Every ransomware attack leaves digital fingerprints, code signatures, encryption methods, payment wallet addresses. FBI cyber analysts examined hundreds of infections. Patterns emerged. Same ransomware variant, similar techniques, connected Bitcoin wallets. This wasn't random attacks. This was single organization. For 12 hospitals attacked, $450 million in ransoms. Comment if you think hackers deserve same sentences as terrorists. Tracking Bitcoin was critical. Victims paid ransoms to specific wallet addresses. Those wallets transferred funds to other addresses, then to exchanges, eventually to cash. The blockchain trail was traceable. Every transaction permanently recorded. FBI had tools, blockchain analysis software, cryptocurrency expertise. Following the money worked. The Bitcoin led to Eastern Europe, Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, countries with limited law enforcement cooperation. Hackers knew this, operated from jurisdictions where American warrants were useless. They thought geography protected them. They were wrong. FBI legal attachés coordinated with European partners, Europol, national police forces, intelligence services. Not every country cooperated with US, but many did, especially when cybercrime affected their citizens too. DarkNet Syndicate attacked globally. Everyone wanted them stopped. The breakthrough came from unexpected source. One hacker made mistake, used personal email account, connected to VPN service. But briefly, seconds, enough for NSA signals intelligence to capture. The email was real identity, Russian national, living in St. Petersburg. Name, Dmitry Volkov. Age, 28. Computer science degree. No legal employment. Living in expensive apartment. That single identity unlocked everything. Volkov's connections, associates, communication patterns. FBI cyber analysts built the network. 32 members, spread across 6 countries: Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, Moldova, Romania, Bulgaria, all coordinating attacks, all splitting profits. Professional criminal organization. The syndicate's structure was sophisticated. Leadership in Russia, developers creating ransomware variants, distributors infecting targets, negotiators handling victim communications, money launderers converting Bitcoin, customer service helping victims pay. They operated like legitimate business, except their product was digital extortion. FBI couldn't raid Russia directly. No jurisdiction, no cooperation from Russian government. But Volkov traveled. Most hackers eventually do. Conferences, vacations, business meetings. FBI waited, monitoring, watching, ready to strike when opportunity arrived. The second break came from undercover operation. FBI agent posed as ransomware affiliate, offering to distribute malware, reaching out to DarkNet Syndicate. They were recruiting, expanding operations. The agent was accepted, given access to their infrastructure, command and control servers, communication channels, payment systems, everything documented. Hit like if you believe ransomware should be classified as terrorism. The servers were distributed globally: USA, Germany, Netherlands, France. Hosting companies unaware their servers were being used for crimes. FBI identified every location, coordinated with local authorities, prepared simultaneous seizures. When the takedown happened, all servers would be grabbed at once. Meanwhile, surveillance continued on the hackers. 23 were in countries with extradition treaties: Romania, Bulgaria, Moldova. Those targets could be arrested and brought to US. The others would require different approaches, but everyone would face consequences. The hospital attack in March was the final straw. 412 hospitals simultaneously hit. Largest healthcare cyber attack in history. Patient care disrupted. Emergency rooms affected. This wasn't just crime. This was attack on critical infrastructure. It crossed the line into national security threat. White House authorized maximum response. FBI, NSA, CIA, Cyber Command. Every federal cyber capability mobilized. DarkNet Syndicate had attacked American healthcare. Federal power would respond overwhelmingly. Planning intensified, coordinating law enforcement across 6 countries, timing server seizures, preparing arrest warrants, building extradition cases. The operation required perfect synchronization, strike everywhere simultaneously, give the syndicate no time to react, no warning, no escape. Intelligence indicated Volkov was planning travel. Technology conference in Bulgaria, EU country, extradition treaty with US. FBI coordinated with Bulgarian authorities. Arrest warrant prepared. The moment Volkov entered Bulgaria, he'd be taken into custody. Other targets were tracked: 2 hackers in Romania, 4 in Bulgaria, 3 in Moldova. Surveillance teams watched constantly. When execute order came, every target would be grabbed simultaneously. No leaks, no warnings, total surprise. Too aggressive or exactly right for cyber attackers targeting hospitals. Comment A or R. The server seizure plan was complex. 37 servers in 8 countries, hosting DarkNet Syndicate's infrastructure, command and control, payment processing, data storage, communication platforms, All had to be seized simultaneously. Otherwise, Syndicate could shift operations, backup systems would activate, evidence would be lost. FBI coordinated with hosting companies, prepared seizure warrants, technical teams ready to image drives, preserve evidence. Every server would be taken offline within 15-minute window. The Syndicate's entire infrastructure would collapse instantly. April 18th. Execute date. Volkov landed in Sofia, Bulgaria. Customs flagged his passport. Bulgarian police were waiting. Dmitry Volkov, you are under arrest pursuant to U.S. extradition warrant. Charges of computer fraud, extortion, and conspiracy. Volkov was shocked. Handcuffed at airport. His laptop seized. Phone confiscated. He'd thought traveling to EU was safe. He was wrong. U.S. extradition treaties reach across Europe. Simultaneously, arrests happened across Eastern Europe. 2 hackers in Bucharest, 4 in Sofia, 3 in Chisinau. Local police executing arrest warrants, all within 30 minutes. The coordinated takedown was flawless. Server seizures happened simultaneously. Germany, Netherlands, France, USA, Canada. Hosting facilities received warrants. FBI technical teams imaged every drive, seized every piece of hardware. Within 20 minutes, DarkNet Syndicate's entire infrastructure was offline. The remaining hackers in Russia and Ukraine realized what happened. Their servers were down. Associates weren't responding. Something was wrong. They tried fleeing. Too late. Evidence was already collected. Identities were known. They were fugitives now. International arrest warrants issued. Interpol red notices activated. Largest ransomware operation ever destroyed. A. 200 mm, B. 350 mm, C. 450 mm. The seized servers contained everything: victim lists, attack logs, payment records, communication archives, code repositories. The evidence was overwhelming. Every attack documented, every payment tracked, every hacker identified. Prosecutors called it the most complete cybercrime case ever built. Decryption keys were recovered. FBI released them publicly. Every victim could decrypt their files for free. No ransoms needed. Hospitals, schools, businesses, everyone affected, all could recover their data. The syndicate's leverage vanished. The arrested hackers faced extradition hearings. All fought, claiming persecution, political prosecution, unfair charges. All lost. Courts approved extraditions. Within months, 23 hackers were transferred to U.S. custody, landing in handcuffs, facing federal charges. Federal prosecutors in Eastern District of Virginia filed charges: computer fraud, wire fraud, extortion, conspiracy, money laundering. Each hacker faced multiple counts. Maximum potential sentences exceeded 100 years. These weren't minor cybercrimes. These were attacks on critical infrastructure, healthcare systems, patient lives endangered. The Bitcoin seizure was historic. FBI had tracked payment wallets, seized private keys during arrests, confiscated $450 million in cryptocurrency, largest digital asset seizure ever. The money was returned to victims. Hospitals received refunds. Schools got reimbursed. Justice included financial recovery. Trials began 1 year later. Evidence was overwhelming. Server logs showing attacks, Bitcoin transactions proving payments, defendant communications planning operations, expert testimony explaining technical details. Juries understood. These hackers had attacked hospitals, endangered patients, demanded millions in ransom. Guilty verdicts across the board. Every defendant convicted on every count. Sentencing was harsh. Volkov received 45 years. Other leaders got 30 to 40 years. Lower-level hackers received 20 to 30 years. All would spend decades in American federal prisons. If you believe cyber terrorists should get life sentences, type SWAT power. The hackers learned hard lessons. Technology doesn't provide immunity. Encryption doesn't prevent investigation. International locations don't stop extradition. When you attack American infrastructure, federal power responds globally. FBI coordinates with allies, executes perfect takedowns, brings criminals to justice regardless of geography. Other ransomware groups noticed. DarkNet Syndicate was largest operation, professional organization, sophisticated attacks, made hundreds of millions, still got destroyed completely. Leaders arrested, servers seized, money confiscated, everyone prosecuted successfully. Ransomware attacks on US hospitals dropped 70% following year. The risk was too high. Attack healthcare, face decades in American prison. The deterrent effect was massive. Cybercriminals reconsidered targets. Healthcare became too dangerous. International cooperation strengthened. Countries realized ransomware affected everyone. Cybercrime required global response. Extradition treaties were expanded. Information sharing improved. Joint operations increased. DarkNet Syndicate's takedown became model for international cybercrime enforcement. Technology companies assisted. Hosting providers monitored for malicious activity. Cloud services cooperated with warrants. Cryptocurrency exchanges reported suspicious transactions. Legitimate tech industry didn't want association with cybercrime. They helped law enforcement track criminals. New laws were passed. Ransomware attacks on critical infrastructure classified as federal crimes with mandatory minimums. Healthcare targeting faced enhanced penalties. Cryptocurrency money laundering regulations tightened. The legislative response strengthened law enforcement capabilities. Training programs expanded. FBI trained more cyber agents, specialized in ransomware investigations, blockchain analysis, international coordination, server forensics. Federal law enforcement was building permanent capabilities. Future ransomware groups would face even stronger response. The 9 hackers still at large remained fugitives, unable to travel, unable to access banking, unable to live normal lives. International arrest warrants meant permanent exile. They'd traded freedom for criminal profits, now trapped in countries they couldn't leave, wanted globally, forever. Should all ransomware hackers face mandatory life sentences? Comment yes or no. Volkov sits in federal prison in Colorado, 45 years remaining, age 28. He'll be 73 at release. His computer skills are useless behind bars. His cryptocurrency fortune was seized. His hacking career ended in handcuffs at Bulgarian airport. The geography that seemed protective became trap when he traveled. The other imprisoned hackers tell similar stories. Thought Eastern Europe protected them. Thought US couldn't reach them. Thought technology made them invisible. All wrong. FBI built cases over years, coordinated with allies, waited for opportunities, then struck perfectly. Everyone arrested, everything seized, complete victory. The $450 million recovered helped thousands of victims. Hospitals upgraded security, schools implemented protections, businesses improved defenses. The syndicate's criminal profits became tools for preventing future attacks, converting crime proceeds to cybersecurity improvements. Operation Cyber Siege proved that ransomware criminals aren't untouchable. Technology can be traced, Bitcoin can be seized, international operations can be coordinated, servers can be taken down, hackers can be arrested and extradited. Federal power extends through cyberspace just like physical space. The hospital attack that triggered maximum response was DarkNet Syndicate's fatal mistake. Attacking healthcare crossed line, made it national security priority, brought full federal capabilities to bear. NSA, FBI, CIA, Cyber Command, all unified against single target. The result was inevitable: complete destruction. This is what happens when hackers attack American critical infrastructure. This is what FBI Cyber Division achieves through international cooperation. This is why ransomware groups are being dismantled globally. Because federal power doesn't recognize digital borders, doesn't accept encrypted obstacles, and doesn't stop until every criminal is in custody. You can operate from Russia. You can use sophisticated encryption. You can demand cryptocurrency payments. You can think borders protect you. None of it stops federal investigation. FBI will track your Bitcoin, will identify your servers, will coordinate with allies, will arrest you when you travel, will seize everything, will prosecute successfully. DarkNet Syndicate learned this the hard way. $450 million made, all seized, 32 members identified, 23 arrested, 9 fugitives forever trapped, servers destroyed, infrastructure dismantled, victims made whole, perfect federal victory. This is SWAT power, where ransomware cartels get destroyed, where cyber terrorists get decades in prison, where hospital attackers learn that healthcare is red line, where FBI proves that cybercrime faces same overwhelming force as physical crime. The answer to the quiz? C. $450 million, the largest ransomware seizure and victim recovery in law enforcement history. Every Bitcoin tracked, every payment recovered, every victim compensated. Should attacks on hospitals be prosecuted as terrorism? Do you support life sentences for ransomware leaders? Which takedown aspect impressed you most? Comment below. Like if you support FBI Cyber Division. Subscribe to SWAT Power, where federal agents hunt hackers globally, seize cryptocurrency, and protect American infrastructure from cyber attacks. Because encryption doesn't stop investigation, borders don't prevent arrest, and federal power reaches everywhere digitally. SWAT Power. Ransomware destroyed, hackers imprisoned, cryptocurrency seized, every single time.